Okay, so this is our engagement Q&A.
Okay.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this happened the other day, and we're gonna talk about it. We got engaged the other day. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that we have kind of been talking about marriage for a while. Like, we had talked about it beforehand. We were really excited to be engaged. It's not as like, the shock's kind of worn off, so now we're just like ready to talk about it, don't you think? Or is it like that?
Oh, it is like that. I disagree, it's like that.
It's so weird saying the word fiance. It's my fiance.
Oh yeah, look, I'm not a boyfriend anymore, alright? Don't be calling me no boyfriend anymore. Fiance. Right now we have the same nickname, and next year we'll have the same last name.
Hey. So one question that I've been getting a lot in DMs is, how old are you? Because I feel like everybody's like, oh my gosh, like you're so young, like how old are you and you're getting engaged? So
you or me?
Both of us, I guess. So when we got engaged, Caleb was 19 and I was 21. I'm still 21 and Caleb's 20 today.
Yep.
So we're 2021. We did get engaged pretty young. We're getting married young.
You make me feel so young.
So we're young, we're getting married young, yes. Did you have any idea he was gonna propose on that day? Well, I guess we can tell the story of how we got engaged because that would probably make more sense. I was going to do an interview for a job in Charlottesville. I was missing Caleb a lot because we had literally just seen each other too, I think the week before. But I was just missing him a lot, and so I was like, I'm just gonna come through all the way through Charlottesville and see you. Had my interview, went great. I was like an hour and a half away. My phone dead, gone.
Charger,
not there. So then I was like lost for like a whole hour.
she was supposed to get to my house at 5:30. I think she got there at 6:45.
So I was down an hour late.
I thought she was dead, kidnapped.
I knew everybody was thinking that.
Then you tried to get somebody's phone.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing, but
She went over here, and she went over here, and then she went up here, went back to here, went back to here, got somebody's phone, then went over here. Then her dad called me, because I guess the other guy.
Yeah, so I stopped and used somebody's phone, like a random person, because I was that lost. Like I was lost. I thought I knew where I was
None
going.
of her parents picked up. You don't know my do you know my number now?
No, I still don't.
Still didn't memorize my number. They don't answer. She leaves, she's crying. Then I guess he calls your dad, and then your dad calls me, and I'm like, okay, she's in Norfolk.
Yep.
So I pull out.
And as he's pulling out, I finally figure out where I am, because praise the Lord Jesus Almighty, I was in the car sobbing my eyes out, and I was like, God, please give me some landmark that I know. And I did find that. That was scary. I never thought it was gonna be that scary to get lost, but it was, so I thought I knew where I was going, but.
No.
So even though the day before I kind of had an idea, not an idea, but I was kind of like, oh, it could happen. By the time I was going through all that, was not even thinking about that. And even whenever I got in the car, he was so sweet about it, and he was like so patient with me about it.
And she was bawling.
I was sobbing my eyes out.
And the other thing to note is that this was like a random Tuesday.
So it wasn't like
spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Like for me to, come through, she thought it was a low percentage. For me,
okay, anyways.
High percentage shot right there.
Okay, finally we get in the car. He starts playing like all of our songs, but I'm still emotionally scarred. I was like not even thinking in that direction. Then we got out of the car, we walked, and I thought we were going to the restaurant, but he was like, oh, let's go this way. Meanwhile, he sees his mom like running and like trying to hide.
My mom was like sprinting, and then the rest of my family's behind them walking.
Yep.
Behind her walking.
Yep.
We go around, walk up.
And then I see, obviously you guys, if you haven't seen the engagement video, I'll leave the link down below. So beautiful. But like they had the whole setup, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, what's happening?
So my mom and little sister set it all up. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And so shout out to Rachel and Angela.
Here's a picture. So nice.
It was really sweet and special, and it was nighttime. There was a videographer and photographer there, obviously. We got engaged, and then we went to dinner after, so it was really, really special.
Yeah.
It was like just perfect for us, because also I was glad that it was just us too. So that was something that I really wanted. I liked that there wasn't a lot of people there. There was like nobody going by, and I liked that, because if it was sunset, there would have been people.
It was a Tuesday.
I'm trying to make myself feel better that I was late.
You know what? I'm so glad you were late. I'm so glad it was pitch black. I'm Just kidding.
Anyways, okay, so the next question was tell us the whole story of the day. There we go. Roll the clip. Advice for single people now that you're engaged. I actually got this question twice, and I find it really interesting just because I feel like being engaged isn't, like, it's obviously different than dating, but it's not like drastically different to where I would have different advice for somebody that was single. Do you know what I mean?
I feel different, but I don't think my advice for a single person would change, right?
No, yeah, I feel different. I just don't think,
yeah.
I think regardless of like what happens or even whenever we get married, I think my advice for single people will stay the same. I don't feel like you're any less value in your stage of life if you're single, dating, engaged, married, whatever.
No.
You are just as equipped to follow your calling for the Lord if you are in a relationship or if not, or just in life. Even if you're not a Christian, like, you're not any less able to do what you're supposed to do in life if you're dating somebody or not, or engaged somebody or not. If you're talking about somebody that really wants to be in a relationship, that advice to them, I would say if you get rejected by somebody, I think being engaged makes it like kind of feel more real, that it's like, oh shoot, like this is a person that I've been like waiting for my whole life, and it's like for sure, and it's like a real, like really happening. And so just knowing that makes it like, oh gosh, it was so dumb all the times that I like was sad about somebody that like wasn't Caleb, you know?
I would say like, okay, for example, we are engaged, but last night you went and hung out with your friend that is dating, and I went and hung out with my friend who is single. He's doing stuff as a single guy that I can't really be as invested in as an engaged guy. Like, it's not like he's not better than me and I'm not better than him. We're just on different seasons of life, and like,
don't cut off friends because you're in different stages of life, whether it's like dating, engaged. Obviously your relationship might change with like whenever you're married and have like kids and a whole family, you know, because you obviously can't invest in certain things that other people can invest in. But if you really like care about a person, like you make it work no matter what season you're in. You're not ever going to be in the same season as all of your friends. Do y'all have a date set? Because I also got the question, long engagement or short engagement.
It's kind of long.
Kind of long, yeah. So we're getting married October 9th, 2021. The reason why October 9th is we were going to get married in May. Then we just kind of wanted to wait and like date a little bit longer, because if we were going to get married in May, we wanted to get engaged sooner, and it just worked out for us. And then we visited the venue, and I'm gonna do a whole video on venue stuff. I had visited the venue in July after he had asked my dad, and I knew that he asked my dad, so my mom was like, all right, venues, because all the 2020 brides are rescheduling for 2021. Also, Asheville in the fall is like beautiful, and all the hotel rooms are already like starting to get booked up.
Yeah, we can't even stay in Asheville.
Me and my mom went in July, and we really liked it. Then I took Caleb in August, really liked it. Then October hit different. It was like,
it was so nice. Yeah,
so
crisp.
And I'm gonna obviously do a video about like venue stuff. It is an apple orchard and a wedding tree, or
wedding tree. Yep.
Christmas tree.
Christmas
farm.
tree, pumpkins.
Yeah, it's like,
kind of have everything.
It's like fall, and
it's just fall. It's just fall.
And it's beautiful, and it's kind of like, probably the best way I can explain it is like elegant southern. But we just wanted October for that reason. Our honeymoon destination will be really good in October. That's like prime time to visit.
Oh yeah.
Also, I asked you on Instagram. Follow right here if you're not already.
Yeah, I was gonna say follow Allie on Instagram, XOXO Allen Show.
When did you both know you wanted to be together forever?
Day one. Oh yeah.
We like didn't date. We talked like all summer of 2019, but I think that I realized I wanted to be with him forever probably like the week we started dating. I don't know, very soon. Pretty early. We've been knowing probably for like a year, so that's why it's like not like, it was a shock to me that we got engaged, and it's like surreal that we're doing all this, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, what, this is such a surprise, because we had been like talking about it for a really long time.
Yeah.
How long had Caleb been planning it?
I ordered the ring in June. It got here at the end of July. My first date, my first of many dates, was August 29th. Was gonna do it in Lynchburg. That didn't work. Pretty much it was like every week. It was pretty much every weekend. It could have been every weekend, but then it wasn't on the weekend, so it just kind of worked out like that.
What are both of your favorite things about each other?
Well, Allie is very caring, very selfless, I would say. And she's always ready to have a good time. Sometimes. But she doesn't like playing games.
I like Uno.
She only likes Uno, which is like...
because it's fun and fast. I don't have to commit to anything. This is commitment too. I like Monopoly. If you get Monopoly, I'll play it.
Alright.
Well, I feel like I say this all the time. I just like love how bold and confident he is. and how he's just very like sure of himself and sure of like what he wants, and just the most passionate person in the whole world like that I've ever met. And just like whatever he is into, he gives it his all. So it makes me like sure of how he's gonna be with me and our family in the future, because like I know that he's gonna give it his all, because that's just like who he is. So
Oh, thanks.
you're welcome. Where are y'all planning on living? That's the last question for you to answer. I feel like these are fun for you because you never know what the questions are.
I made a PowerPoint to compare the pros and cons of all. We probably had like 4 or 5 different places that we were.
The place that we picked wasn't even on that list.
No, the place that we picked wasn't on the PowerPoint. We did the PowerPoint, and then we were talking about it, we were like, how about this place? And we were like, you know what? That makes the most sense.
Yeah. Basically, what we were deciding between is places in Virginia. So we were deciding between Lynchburg. Actually, none of these places were like, oh, this is for sure permanent. Like, we're living in an apartment. We're not like settling down. We're kind of just like moving there to start off.
Mm-hmm.
So Lynchburg, Charlottesville, Richmond, and Virginia Beach, because that's where he lives. We narrowed it down to Charlottesville and Virginia Beach, because Charlottesville is where my job is, but I only work 1 day a week. So we really
She only
could've-
drives there 1 day a week.
Yeah, I work no, I work every day. I wanted to live kind of close there. That's the only reason why Charlottesville was on our list. So we kind of axed out Charlottesville because not really any reason. It's just like we're not like crazy about Charlottesville. It kind of comes down to the fact that Virginia Beach has like our best community.
Community, friends, church,
Because even
family.
past just his family, like both of us have a lot of friends here. And one of my best friends, Haley, lives here.
Just a lot of resources are here,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes the most sense.
It's still kind of far from my work, and I don't mind driving, but once it starts kind of picking up, it would be kind of hard to go more than 1 day a week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Michaela was the one that suggested Williamsburg, Virginia.
True.
And so
True.
shout out to Michaela. We were kind of like, oh, that would be a good idea. So we're still kind of deciding between, like, we love Williamsburg, and it seems like a really good idea.
Mhm.
So that's what we're leaning towards, but also we're open to just, like,
We're
anywhere.
still open. Like we could live any of those places or somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's just where we're leaning.
That's what our
right
headquarters,
now.
yeah. It's like 45 minutes from Virginia Beach, so we still can have our community there. But then it's like an hour away from where I work, so it works out. Thank you guys for watching. Follow my Instagram for more. Probably gonna do Q&As often, like probably like
Yeah.
once a month, once every other month, just like leading up to
The wedding.
the wedding. I can't believe we can like say that now, which is crazy.
Oh,
but-
that's the other biggest thing is like when we were dating and we would talk about marriage stuff,
people, it would freak people
it would
out.
kind of freak people out, and like even us, I don't know about you, I just kind of felt this like kind of burden, because I don't know, I kind of felt guilty about it.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little secret,
Yeah.
because we couldn't really
But now
talk,
we're
like-
engaged. We're like,
And then people ask us about it, and then we're like, oh, you want to know, like, our plan? Because
Yeah.
before, it was kind of like, we felt kind of like, oh, we can't really talk about this, because
Mhm.
nobody was going to really understand that we're talking about
Mhm.
marriage whenever we're just dating.
but now
Then-
it's obvious and it's out in the open.
Yeah,
so.
but then it's like allowed, and people ask us about it, so it's fun.